Hi, I'm Lazaroo-Hood, entrepreneur, philanthropist and family man. This is my podcast, In Conversation With. From the boardroom, back to the beginnings, to the present with my guests, talking about business, family and sport. Today we're in Queen's University Quarter, the Botanic Gardens, and we're here to meet Pete Coopah, co-founder, co-leader of the Coopah app, the Refugee Run Club. And I'm in my running kit. Didn't expect that in Belfast.
How you doing? You alright?
Grand, mate.
Good to see
you.
You good?
Not bad. Loving the area.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice Queen's
Been here
uni.
before, Queen's Quarter.
Only driven past.
Queen's Quarter in Belfast, where I went for a very famous 3 weeks to university and then quit to move to Norwich. So
A good 3 weeks, right?
amazing that you've taken time today to come to Belfast with me. But tell me about your background, your childhood. What has, pushed you to be as driven today?
So I grew up in a small farming village in Devon, rural village on Dartmoor. Look out the window, you see cows. So always quite odd when you're eating roast beef on a Sunday and you're looking at the meat in front of you. I'm trying to become vegetarian at the moment because I heard it makes you a better runner. So I'm trialling it at the moment. So grew up in a rural village, closest shop was 4 miles, absolutely nothing to do. Luckily I've always been sporty, so my mum and dad used to drive me all over kind of the county to cricket trials, football games, any sort of sport, you name it, I was there. And then I think from that day I always used to be really interested about the rest of the world, what used to happen in Asia. And I remember growing up watching England play cricket games in Pakistan, India, Australia, and I always said, the minute I'm 18, I'm going to leave school and go backpacking. And that's what I did, and I think from that day it's just always made me see a huge kind of world that's out there, and I've kind of really wanted to then just get to know all the different cultures that are out there.
Oh, fantastic. And it's something I think is amazing. Now living in London, you have that multicultural life within, encapsulated in, England's capital, London.
Definitely, yeah, especially like all of London's amazing. I live in Tooting, so you've kind of got the Pakistani, Indian heritage, but what a lot of people don't know is actually originally it was the Caribbean heritage. So you can go and get an amazing jerk chicken, or you can have an amazing curry or some fish and chips. So I kind of have it all in Tooting.
Tell me about your journey that has been, I think, an exceptional one to get you to the business achievements that you have today.
Yeah, so kind of the story of Coopah, which I co-founded, is that in 2016 I lost my mum to a heart attack. She was running a half marathon and at the end she collapsed and had a heart attack. After 2 weeks in a coma, we had to make the really hard decision to turn off her life support, which is something I kind of always think about every day. And I'd actually ran Berlin Marathon with my mum in September, and then in March she died. So September 2015 we ran our first ever marathon together, and I thought, this is amazing, there's going to be loads of more of these around the world. And then 6 months later she's not there. Bring on April, I then went to Rotterdam and ran the Rotterdam Marathon with one of my best mates. And sadly, he turned out he had a brain tumour whilst running, and he then passed away in the August that year. So I lost both of them within 6 months of each other. And that led me into severe depression, clinical anxiety, and finally got diagnosed with my OCD. So I then wanted to take my own life, but what kind of saved me was running. So came back from therapy one day and I put on my running shoes, went out for a run, and that completely changed my life. And that is the start of what the Coopah is you see today.
I just think it's crazy what you've been through, what you have brought back. And I'm a big supporter of mental health, and I know you are as well. And to hear, I wouldn't say a struggle, I think it's the fact that you've battled wills of person, of your own self, to actually get and build a successful business. But I think it's the fact that you have to care about yourself, and that's something that you've done, and you took that by putting the trainers on, going for a run. And I just think that is an inspiration to everybody out there. And the fact is, we say we have to care about mental health. Mental health matters, and I think you're a champion for that. And well done. And now you've got an amazing, business and a successful app, an app which you've struck a 3-year deal with the London Marathon events. Absolutely. And as of this year, London Marathon is Coopah's neon sign, really, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. So what we do is, I'm really passionate about making more people know the benefits of running, both physically and mentally. So what we do is we create personalised training plans. So the cost of a coach can be north of £50 a month. What I wanted to do is make running much more accessible and affordable. So if we can make people have plans that they stick to, then they're going to continue to train, and that's only going to make the world a better place. If there's more runners in the world, we're going to be mentally better, physically better, obesity rates are going to come down, and that's exactly kind of what we do. And we're all about inspiring activity, which is the same as London Marathon events, which is why there's just such a great kind of connection together.
I think it's great, and I suppose you got me in my running kit.
Exactly, we're going to go for a run.
I like my running machine because it's nice, it's warm. I have, you know, nice people who take me on a journey throughout on my video and stuff. So it is a bit weird, and the fact we're doing it back home for us. But before we do, can I ask, what drives you as a person for business?
I think what drives me really is making people happy, making the world a better place. For me, like, it is definitely that when I get that message to say, your story inspired me to run, your story made me run, it made me run my first ever mile, and then maybe a year later they've run their first ever marathon. So very much just inspiring people to be a better person.
And I just think the message that you have, personal and by the company, helps people, and that's something I'm all about as well. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
I'm chuffed you give me one of these Coopah shirts.
I'm great to see you in it.
I wish I could fit it better. Dad body, I have to be honest with you. But yeah, tell me about the fact of the successes it's gotten you to Coopah today.
I think the first kind of success is bringing on my co-founder Dan. Dan's built and sold businesses before, so he really knew what he was doing. That then leads into raising the investment. I'm not from a family of wealth. I went to a state school, which then means you don't know the kind of audiences that kind of the 7% club do know. So very much part of the 93% club, and I think that there's kind of a big problem in kind of funding, raising money at the start. So what Dan was great about was like, look, we need to know how much we need to build a product that we can test, and then we build from there, and we build this business sustainably and get it to profitability. So I think the first thing is the amount of fundraising rounds we've done, and how we've just seen the kind of that hockey stick growth happen recently. I think the second success is bringing on our first event partner, which was the Jane Johnson Run for All, because that showed that an event partner believed in our product, and our product wasn't building something that's already out there. It was actually coming and being the first on the market and saying there's a gap in the market for this, and we're going to build the tech to fix this. And then I think the third success, I think, is definitely London Marathon. If you could kind of say to me 3 years ago, Pete, what would success of Coopah be? And I could say the biggest and best events company in the world is going to invest in Coopah and let us work from their offices and be a part of their business, then I think that would make my mum very proud. So I think that is probably the biggest success. And now I'm out there to make this, it feels like everybody knows about Coopah now, which is amazing. And now I'm out there to make everyone not just know about it, but everyone use Coopah, and again, make them see kind of very much the value of running and how much it can help people's physical and mental health.
I think it's great, Pete. And I'm going to be cheeky and ask you, is there any announcements that you can let the viewers and me into at the moment?
There's one great announcement coming up soon, which involves me and you, which I'm looking forward to. And then there's also a number of well-known celebrities and influencers who might be coming on to use the app for the London Marathon. So that's going to be super exciting to see, famous faces that you grow up watching on the TV using an app that we've created to get them through the biggest challenge of their life.
There is a reason why we're in this kit. So can you give me 3 pointers as a dad body enthusiast is to get my fitness going, because obviously I'm trying to lose a bit of weight to keep up with my 3 boys. So court's yours.
So I think the first one is to ignore the outside noise. You're yourself, don't worry about running in your dad body. It's you, and you've got your own goals. So it's you and you've got your own goals, and it's just about getting out and running. And for you, that might be running your first 5 minutes for the first ever time, that then builds into running your first ever 5K, or it might be to go out and do some run, walk, jogs. So 20 minutes of speed, 20 seconds of speed, 40 seconds of jogging, a minute of walking. So that's kind of the first tip. The second tip is when you run, finding your easy pace. So finding your easy pace, we can practice it of it now. It's about being able to hold this conversation whilst running. Running shouldn't feel hard. You should be able to run and continue to talk. If you can't talk, it means you're running too fast, and that means you're going to lead to injury. So it's about bringing yourself back and taking it easier. And the third one is obviously download the Coopah app. That's going to give you accountability.
Water.
Oh yeah, of course. So that's going to give you accountability, and afterwards you know exactly the drink you're going to need: the clearer water, or a gin and a clearer twist tonic.
I think I might finish on the gin and clear twist, to be honest with you. But
finish, not start. So that's good.
I don't think you'd see me continuing the run if I was having that. I think clear water would be a better one. But yes, you're right. The Coopah app is amazing. I thought it's been fabulous to help me with my journey so far, but I need to do a bit more.
Yeah, and yeah, let's start the journey in Feb.
So I do this with everybody in my podcast, so I'm not going to apologise for this at all. But it's quick fire questions.
Yeah.
And who would be your 3 inspirational, leaders, heroes, or people you look up to?
My mum, Catherine Switzer, and James Coppinger.
Amazing. Yeah, especially your mum. So that was great. And in regard to 3 steps of success that you could enlighten people out there?
Passion. So having passion in what you do, being kind, because that will lead to great company culture, and working hard but not overworking.
Yeah, well, this is the thing that comes back to the mental health that we've talked about in the past. And 3 foods that you like?
Tough one. Lasagna.
What?
Yeah, big
lasagna.
Favorite? Big lasagna, homemade lasagna. Make a great lasagna.
Okay.
Pizza, hard to beat. And probably a good burger and chips.
Good burger and chips. I'm going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too after for this here, to be honest with you.
No steak or anything like that.
Oh, I see, steak's my thing. I love good. 3 holiday destinations that you, the family, would like to be doing or have done. What would you say?
India, Argentina, and Jordan.
Whereabouts in India? Because I love India. I've been a couple of times now.
I love to travel, so I love my backpacking, so I'd want to kind of go all over, and then always end in Goa or Kerala for a bit of a chill.
Kerala, I think, is amazing. Goa is very commercial, but Kerala, flying into Kovalam and then into Trivandrum is stunning.
On the riverboats.
Oh, now you're getting to see the curvature of the earth and stuff, so I think that's great. And 3 ambitions that you have now. You're a lot younger than me, so you've got a few more years before I kick the bucket and stuff, but what would you say 3 ambitions you've got?
See over 1 million people change their life through Coopah. Be able to get the Coopah app to be a drug that is prescribed to people who have mental health problems, and then in the future be able to help budding entrepreneurs from state school backgrounds.
Amazing. And 3 ways that you have or do try to unwind. I know running's a big thing and it helps out there, but is there any other ways you try to unwind?
So I can't say running.
You can, you do.
Yeah, so 100% running, that's where I do all my thinking. Ice baths, love to go and have an ice bath.
Crazy.
And finally watching football, nothing better than watching a live game of football, not in the armchair, in the actual stadium.
I think last question, no pressure on this, is how many hours do you say you work a day?
I think that's a super hard one because it's working smart, but probably from the minute I wake up I'm very bad at checking my emails, Slack, getting that all out the way, then using the tube to work, so my commute is working, and then I'll always try and be in the office between 8 and 9 and leave between 5 and 7, and then probably an hour or more in the evening. So what's that, 3, 4, 9, 12 to 14 hours a day I'd say, and then plus a bit on the weekend.
Well, that's the same as me, and unfortunately us budding entrepreneurs, the mind is always working. It doesn't matter, even if you are having your downtime or family time, your mind sometimes is still buzzing and thinking about it, but at least you're a little bit more healthier than me, and the running helps as well, but that's great. You, Ed.
Oh, cheers to that, mate, great running.
Thank you, and thanks for joining my podcast, Pete, because you're a hero to me.
Oh, cheers.
I really do mean it. And I've survived
Smashed it.
But my wife's not getting the insurance, so that's quite good for me.
Very good for you, mate. Very good.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, right.